Oh, hey, salt. So many different types of salt you can mess around with. A lot of things you can screw up by using the wrong salt too. Let's talk about salt a little bit. I'm gonna start over here. You have your basic table salt. It's loaded with iodine. It's a very, very small flake. Everybody knows this fine, fine granuled salt. This is a salt that you put on a dish when it's sitting at the table. Shake a little bit on it so you can get a little bit of extra salt flavor on there. Do not use it when you're cooking. The size of this salt granule, you're gonna overload the dish with salt and it's just not gonna end up good for you. So make sure this is table salt only. You wanna step up your table salt game a little bit. Get a little sea salt grinder. The sea salt has a little bit of a better flavor, and the grinder's gonna knock that down to a real fine granule so that it, again, kind of dissolves right on the surface of whatever you're eating, so you're not getting a big chunk of salt in your teeth and feeling like it's a little bit of an overload. The finest finishing salts you can buy are gonna be things like Himalayan pink salt. There's truffle salts, there's black salts. These are finishing salts. So something that you're gonna sprinkle over a salad, something you're gonna sprinkle over, again, a dish that's finished. If you want a little bit of color, they're wonderful for that. And then they also have a little bit different flavor profiles. And there are folks out there infusing flavors into salts. There are hundreds of them, thousands of them. And so I think it's a really good idea to go grab a few and give them a try. You're gonna find some fun salts that you might like to use. Kosher salt. This is your all-purpose cooking salt. You go into the back of a restaurant, you're gonna see one of two boxes. Either a Diamond Star box of salt or Morton's. If it's Diamond Star, run. So kosher salt refers to the size of the granule. It's larger, much larger than this table salt granule, right? So the flakes are bigger, and that's why when we're cooking, we don't want to use this because you measure by volume. And so since these flakes are larger, you're gonna have a lower amount of salt in the dish because this is gonna sit around in your teaspoon and it's going to knock alongside each other, and there's gonna be more air. It's not gonna be as dense. So when we measure recipes, we're measuring salt in kosher salt size. So make sure you're using the kosher salt when you're cooking. Personally, I keep a dish of it in the kitchen. This is what I use. I don't use anything else. I just use kosher salt on everything. So good, great salt. Morton's is better than Diamond Star in my opinion, but there are some people who prefer Diamond Star. Coming over here, this is gonna be your kind of high class flaky sea salt. This, again, is not a cooking salt, it's a finishing salt. So it has a very large flake to it. It looks amazing on a dish. It actually, you can see the difference, in size. It looks like little snowflakes on your dish. And it is going to add a bit of character to your dish. So most of these are finishing salts, right? So basically anything but a kosher salt, you should not be cooking with. That should be going on your finished product. And you can experiment around with the different types of salt that you like and find a flavor that you like, and try the different textures too, because texture is a big component of taste and a big component of a dish. And so while you really might like the flavor of the Himalayan pink salt, they make Himalayan pink salt that has a large flake as well. So you can really mess around with the different sizes, textures, and flavors when it comes to salt. But when you're cooking and baking, stick with the kosher salt.